Does it surprise you that sometimes I don't want to sit down and record these videos? It's not that I don't love you, and it's not that I don't have anything to say. It's just motivation, right? If you are struggling with motivation, if you're struggling with productivity, if you're struggling with self-discipline and focus, then that's what I want to talk about in the next few minutes. What do you do when you are less than motivated to do what you know you need to do? So here's the question that got me to finally lock in and sit down and create this content. What are you avoiding? What are you avoiding? What could you be doing or should you be doing right now instead of watching this video? Now, for some of us, it's enough to realize that we are intentionally avoiding the task that would eliminate the stress and the pressure that we feel as soon as we get it done. I know as soon as I finish this video, I will feel 100% better, 100% lighter, because this is the number one priority that I had set out for myself to accomplish today. For others of us, it's going to take a little more than just that one question, what am I avoiding? Another question that might help you to kick it into gear and get locked in is, what will happen if I continue to avoid what I know I need to do? In general, when we avoid what we're supposed to be doing, we put it off, we procrastinate, what happens? You think that you can just do it later. You can do the task tomorrow. But what ends up actually happening is the task is harder to do tomorrow. Why? Because now you not only have to do the task that you should have done today, but now that task gets added onto what you also need to do tomorrow. And that's how the work builds up, right? You've probably all experienced this. And that demotivates us. When our to-do list gets longer and longer, we feel more and more incapable and unmotivated to start on that list. Sometimes the list is so long that you don't even know where to start, so you don't start. So the truth is, no time is going to be easier to get the task done than now. So what I'm saying is, you really only have two options: to do the task now, which is hard, or to do the task later, which is harder. There's one more thing that I want to share about motivation, but did that help? Did it help to hear that you really only have two options all the time? Hard now or harder later? Harder. Okay, last thought. Motivation is a flirt. Motivation is like the boy you like who rubs up against you and gives you that emotional high. He likes me. You feel like you're on top of the world. You can do anything you want. You're full of radiating energy. And then next week, he's talking to another girl. Motivation is uncommitted to you. Motivation feels great. It's fun. It's playful, but it's unreliable. And therefore, you shouldn't wait to feel motivated to live your life, to do what you need to do, to get things done. If you set a goal in December or in early January, you may already feel that motivation wearing off. You may not feel as energized by the goal that you set now in mid-January as you did back in early January. I mean, really, motivation does not last very long. So as leaders, we need to learn how to operate and be productive and be focused even when we don't feel like doing the things we know we need to do. So, what is the goal that you know you want to achieve. It's good for you. It might even be required of you, like passing a class or doing well on a test. And you know that you would feel so much better once it's done. This is your challenge and my challenge to let motivation go. Let him go flirt with other girls. My success, your success is not dependent on how we feel. Please like this video if you are going to take me up on the challenge to kiss motivation goodbye, and share this video with friends who would benefit from it. This video is now done and I feel 100% better. Okay, if you wanted to know why I was feeling unmotivated to create this video, it's because at the time of this recording, there are multiple fires raging in Southern California where I live. And I know people who have been directly impacted by these fires. And it seems like everybody I know knows somebody who has been impacted by these fires. It kind of feels like COVID all over again. It's that big of a devastating effect. And so for me to sit down and carry on with life as usual, with work as usual, creating these videos is part of my work, didn't feel right to me. And for several days, I allowed myself to let go of normal life and normal routines so that I could give myself emotional space to empathize with the people who are hurting right now, to just feel all my feelings about what is happening in my state. And after a few days, I found myself just being unproductive and wallowing in my thoughts and in the images that were coming across my social media feed. And I just decided that, much like COVID, you don't know when this is going to end. You don't know when the fires are going to be put out. And even after that, there are thousands and thousands of people displaced. It's going to take a long time for my friends to find a new normal and to rebuild. But it's not serving them. It's not serving my students and the parents that I work with if I just move forward at less than productive levels, right? If I just give in to my lack of motivation instead of resisting it and fighting against it. So I decided that I'm just going to address in this video what I'm struggling with. And this past week, it was motivation. And by sharing how I have been trying to shift my mindset to not need to feel motivated in order to get my work done, in order to serve my students and my families. I hope it's helped you. All right. Thanks for staying to the very end to hear that explanation. And if you have been impacted by these fires, I want you to know that my prayers and my heart go out to you. And if there's anything I can do to support you, especially if I know you personally, call me, text me, email me, Brenda@WeLeadThis.com. I would love to support you. Thanks, guys.